Warning. The following presentation may contain excessive alcohol consumption, obscene language, controversial opinions, heavy metal, and actual wrestling chat. As such, it has been rated M for metal.
Waiting for the consent there, no?
No, we're well past that now.
Oh, don't worry, I'm saving that for later. It's like dear. I got a feeling you might have went down the same road as I'm going to go with one of the points later.
Yeah,
I'm going to bring it up.
I'm just letting you go off.
Yeah. This is Austin.
I've not made any notes, but there is a couple of bits where I'm like, I'm chucking this in. It totally means nothing to the grander thing, but it's like I'm still doing it.
Yeah, cheap shots.
What are we doing, Vigo? What's
anyway,
happening?
Hello, welcome to the first Mickey's Mosh Pit of 2024. We're back. I say first, this might be the last enough because you can't like organising these things. But anyway,
threatens that every time. Pay no attention to the man in the corner.
I've actually got mere recordings organised. Well, I say mere recordings. Another recording organised. So there's at least 2 great this year. Unless at this point it'd be cancelled after Billy's podcast. But yeah,
it wasn't that bad. I thought I said before right before we started recording, I said I thought you showed remarkable restraint.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, I was a little bit disappointed. I'll be honest with you. I was like, "Oh, that's a shame."
I only finished listening to it today.
Yeah, me too.
I can't. Obviously, we can't say it on here, but I can't remember what the Umar joke was that got cut out. I'm sure you've told me before, so once we finish this, you're gonna have to tell me.
I think I
know it, but I'm not sure.
I think it was the Inverurie show. I think.
Right, okay.
If I remember right. But yeah, I'll tell you Zaf when we're off.
That's for us, listener, not for you.
Yeah, no one.
that one would have got canned. And it wasn't me, that was Alma. It was fuck all day with me. I put my hands up. So if anyone was getting cancelled, it should have been Alma.
He is the problem.
Yeah.
He is the problem.
But anyway, you know what, we're need to speak about that today. We're needing something different again. So in fact, I should probably introduce a guest because I keep forgetting to do this. I say guests. At this point, it's co-hosts at this point. You're on this much. So
extended family.
We'll go through the list. So we've got joining us today, we've got Blue Thunder.
Good evening, everyone.
Martyn Clunes and host of the Granite City Horror Podcast, which might come in handy today.
Crossover episode.
So like I said, today we're trying something. I'd like the Iron Maiden thing we did last year. We're trying something a bit different again. And something I'm unless I can think of a better name, I'm calling Mosh Pit the movies.
If it works, why go any different?
Yeah, unless I can think of something better, that's what these are called. I mean, I say these. After this one, we might need the other one.
I'm sure there's a Motorhead song pun that we can think of and somehow make it work.
Yeah.
There'll be something. There'll definitely be something.
We'll figure something out. Luckily, I haven't made a graphic yet, so it's fine. It's still room for it's still some big old room there.
I love how you're thinking about the name of the show as it's currently recording. Well done.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's not important.
So yeah. So like I said, Mosh Pit at the movies. So what we're doing today is I've picked a movie, and at this point we're just doing full Mickey Vago vanity project now. I don't care. Fuck it. like I said to the guy before we started recording, this would probably be infinitely more entertaining if it was a shit movie we'd picked, but this is genuinely top 5, if not my favourite movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So anything bad to say, but you'll be kicked off the call straight away. So I'm just...
I'll get me coat.
I don't have anything bad to say, but it's like
You'll
our
think
general
of
way.
something as we go along.
Like I
like-
said, there is. I've watched it back. Like I've watched it back, obviously, but I've watched it back a few times, and there is holes you can poke in it, but I'm not hearing it.
I was like when we did Sleepaway Camp 2, and Bill loved that, and I'm picking faults. And he's like, I don't care. It's like, I know you don't care. He was just, it's like, I'm not listening. I don't care.
Yeah,
I was giving like all these
fingers in the
logic.
ears, and that.
Oh,
Nah.
He was like, I don't give a shit. It's like, okay, I'll leave it.
So yeah, so what we're doing today is cult 1979 film The Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the film. It centers on a New York City street gang, the Warriors, who have to fight their way from the Bronx back to their home in Coney Island after being falsely accused of murdering a respected gang leader.
That's
the
it,
gist
yeah.
of it.
He nailed it. He's nailed it.
Yeah, I've got actually like I said, the boys, I've got actual notes for this. This is the most prepared I've ever been.
You can tell he's in when he's actually made an effort.
Yeah.
Check Barry Norman in the corner.
So instead of making notes, I genuinely watched it again last night.
Yeah.
And then once I finished listening to your podcast with Billy, when I was coming back into town today, I listened to the soundtrack again on Spotify. So that's my research again done. I know the film back to front anyway, but
yeah.
Right, well let's start there then. How many times have you guys seen this?
That's a good question.
Easily double figures.
Yeah.
It might well be triple.
I mean, since
Wow.
since we spoke about doing this the first time, which was probably like November last year, I've seen it 3 times.
Yeah. This, and I want to say, this come off the back of me watching, was it John Wick 4? And there's a scene in that, and they've just lifted it directly for the Warriors. And I put it in the side chat about this thing, and it's like, if we ever do a movie thing, this is what we're doing. So this is how we've got here.
And here we are.
I've got a mention in my notes about John Wick, so we're on the same wavelength there, Vigo. It's definitely John Wick is lifted from this. 100%. I'm sure of that. I'm sure of that. Yeah.
With that in mind, then I will put all my cards firmly in the table already and say I watched this film, The Warriors, for the first time last night.
After us pushing for about 6 months, but yeah, you finally got there.
Thank you to Martyn. Thank you to Martyn for lending me the DVD like 12 years ago. I finally got there. And I've never seen a John Wick film, so there we go. It's
good. That's good. You'll be coming to it fresh. That's good though.
Yeah,
apparently so.
John Wick's brilliant.
So hopefully you'll be able to chip in and go, "Why did they do this?" And we'll be like, "Well,
there's plenty of that coming. Don't you fucking worry."
I saw this. I must have been when I was like 7 or 8 at the time, and it made absolutely no genuinely, it made absolutely no impact on me. And it wasn't until we were at high school, and a pal gave me a shot the VHS, and I must have been, I don't know, 12, 13 maybe, and I watched it back. I was like, I vaguely remember seeing this before. But watching it then, I'm all in on this. Like I said, since then, it's easily double figures, like high double figures. I've seen this, the amount of times I've seen this film, like easily, like I said, easily top 5, if not my favourite film of all time.
Mm-hmm. So I've only ever seen this twice. I've only seen it twice. I've known about this film for as long as I've been alive. And it's one of those where, I mean, out with yourself and Martyn telling me that I should watch it, I've had people throughout my adulthood telling me, when I say, "Oh, I haven't seen The Warriors," and they look at me like I've got 2 fucking heads.
Yeah.
Haven't seen The Warriors. So never did it, never watched it. And now I've got you and Martyn. It's like, I have to fucking watch it now. So I watched it, and I watched it again in preparation for this and made some notes, which I won't need, because everything I've got written down, Vago's got implanted in his memory for the rest of his days. So it's fine. So I've only seen it twice. After years of knowing, I know I should have seen it. I know better. I should know better, but it's only been recently that I actually watched it.
I don't even have that. I had no connection with this at all.
Mm.
And it wasn't until I went to watch it and read the little blurb, the description on the back of the DVD case, I realized, oh, this isn't what I thought it was.
Mm.
And it was about it's not what I thought it was about. All right, let's just sit down and see what the fuck happens.
Yeah. And this one wasn't one of those like video rentals that I would see in the store. I didn't have an awareness of it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I know I didn't have that going for me. So I don't have an attachment to it either. All I've got is people telling me for most of my adulthood, you have to watch it. It's like, okay, now I finally have.
Yeah, I saw it quite young because I think it was on. They used to do. It's not called like it wasn't called like Movie Drome or Video Drome or something like that. But it was someone on BBC Two where the guy Alex Cox, like the film guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They show. I'm sure they showed it on like a Saturday night or a Friday night or something, and it was like he spoke about it for 10 minutes. And it was like, "Fuck's this," and then it came on. It was like, "This is amazing. I love this." It's like what they're just going what. They're just traveling 20 miles in the train. This should not work. Oh, wait, actually, it's really good because they have to get off the fucking train. Okay, right, it's brilliant. Okay.
Would have been a very different movie. They were just stuck in the train.
Just sat in the train, just sat in the train. It's like, oh, we just meet people coming on the train. Hiya, how are you? Yeah, we're the Warriors. All right, okay, dude.
It's just a movie about poor public transport for an hour and a half. Like, and that's the thing. The film is like 88 minutes, is it, or is it like hour and a half, or just under an hour and a half?
Just under,
yeah, 80 odd minutes. Yeah,
that's good because now movies are an investment in your time. Where you have to set aside a night.
I mean,
you can just stick on this for an hour and a half and it's done, which is good.
Yeah. If we do more of these, I'm all in on it just being 70 stuff that goes an hour and a half and it's done.
In fact, I've got one in mind that is nowhere near as good as this. It might be a lot more entertaining for folk listening. I mean, I'll let you in on it after we've stopped recording and see what you think.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you said, like doing a podcast about a good film is not necessarily the way to go.
Yeah, this is just self-vanity, egotistical shit that I do just to please myself.
Total self-indulgence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially.
This is us easing us into a new genre.
Yeah.
This is a new direction. We hope you enjoy the new material.
It's basically a way of trying to get Ryan and Connor to watch some fucking movies.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
No chance.
It's like I'm not listening to a 2-hour podcast about a film I don't know, so I better watch it, I suppose.
In fact, we were at training on Monday, and we was in, and Jerry Reid and the Smokey the Bandit theme come on, and I turned to Ryan. I went, "Smokey the Bandit," and he's like,
"Nope."
No.
He's like, "No, that's with the boy, is it? The boy with the mustache." I says, "Aye, Bandit."
Yeah, the Bandit.
Right. Next time, then it's definitely a double bill of Smokey and the Bandit and the Cannonball Run.
I was getting trolled, Martyn. I was getting trolled by Tommy Raiden on Monday. I was quite proud of him actually. And the Terminator came up in conversation, and Tommy's like said, "Oh, I haven't seen Terminator 2." And he had seen it, but I'm looking at him like it turns out he had. And then okay, you have seen it. And then it's like, "Oh, Terminator 3 was the best one," and he's joking. He's winding him up, and I fucking sold it again. And it's like, it's Tommy Raiden fucking trolling me. It's Raiden trolling me now.
He's learning. He's learning.
I was going to say you can blame him for that. Yeah.
He's getting it. Tommy's getting it. Tommy's getting it. It's like, you fucker. Oh, Terminator 3 is the best one. I'm looking at him and saying, "What'd you fucking say to me?" Wait, what did you fucking say to me? He's looking at me. I'm joking, and it's like, you fucking better be joking, son.
Right. I'll be setting the early goal then of like we said, the movie's like 88 minutes or whatever, and we'll just talk about it for longer than the actual runtime of the film.
Crack.
Well, I mean, it's like it depends it depends if Vigo wants to go through, because Vigo could go through this movie scene for scene if he wanted to.
And we're going to.
Okay.
it's only like 6 scenes. They just go like 20 minutes each or whatever.
It opens with a shot of the Ferris wheel at Coney Island.
Right, but I'm assuming everyone just watched the theatrical cut of this.
I watched what's on Paramount Plus.
I'm assuming.
That's
So
the
I'm
theatrical
assuming.
cut.
Yeah,
There-
okay.
There's
okay.
3 different cuts. There's the theatrical
Oh,
cut.
okay.
There's a director's cut, which doesn't really add. The only thing it adds is a crawl at the start. It's narrated by the director,
Okay.
and it's got like comic scene, like they're drawn, like the scenes are drawn, and it like flips through like a comic book and goes into the scene it's going into.
Okay.
Which makes, I didn't like it as much, but it makes a lot of sense for some of the more outlandish gangs that are in it. Like it's supposed to be a comic book. It makes a bit of sense that way, but I don't like personally. I don't like it.
That was one of the things I found. I went out, after I watched it. I listened to a podcast of another podcast of people who'd done a review of it, and they were just like, "Yeah, the director envisaged it as a comic book."
Yeah, basically,
and that's why people's dialogue isn't like full sentences. It's just like 3 words.
Basically, the Wanderers was out the same year, and they tried to rush it out before the Wanderers came out, which is another. I don't know if it's, can't mind if it's New York gang, but it's essentially a gang movie, and they tried to get it beforehand.
I don't know it.
And so they didn't have the time to put these comics book bits in until years later.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, that's why they weren't in to start with.
Okay.
But then
that's interesting.
There's a third cut, which is like a made for TV cut, but obviously it's only 8 to 8 minutes or something, so they pad out another few minutes. So there is another cut that's got a few, like, it's just deleted scenes that weren't in the film, the actual theatrical cut. A couple at the start where it's like daytime scenes where the Coney Island during the daytime.
Yeah. Which
were cut for the theatrical cut because the director said, well, it should be dark all the way through the film.
I was away.
It's in danger until the end. Until they made it back.
This movie works because it is, apart from the end, it's all set at nighttime.
Yeah.
And that helps the vibe and atmosphere. And I know this is a totally different film, but the vibe and atmosphere, this reminds me of Escape from New York.
Very, very similar.
Mm-hmm. And I really like Escape from New York a lot.
Yeah.
And it's also like an action movie that doesn't have mental action in it. You know what I mean?
Sidebar, I watched Escape from New York on Wednesday night.
Did you?
Hey, Thursday night, sorry. Yeah. It just happened to go on TV. It was like 2 minutes in.
Yeah. It was on ITV4 or something, wasn't it? It was on, yeah.
I was like, I was getting watched.
You know, like this dystopian wasteland almost. Obviously, it's not as pronounced in that in this, but it definitely feels like it's in the same universe a little bit. It's got that atmosphere to it.
Yeah.
And like it works better at being at nighttime. I agree with that.
And the other thing is like the some of the deleted scenes has got Cleon's girlfriend at the start, Sidney Poitier's daughter.
All right. Okay. Didn't know that.
There you go. That's as close as you get into a star name.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I don't think anybody really made it big off of this.
I think I recognised 2 of them from something else.
I mean, this is the second best film that David Patrick Kelly is in, obviously.
After Commando.
After Commando.
which is also in my top 5.
Yeah.
The thing that got me was when just the credits were strolling, and I saw the name Sonny Landham, and I was just like, hold on, who was he? And I had to go back and check, and it's just like just a random cop.
Yeah. In fact, I'm sure he was the one that was he was originally meant to be Ajax. Was he the cop that arrested Ajax? I'm getting ahead of myself here, but yeah. I think he was originally supposed to be in that role, and they thought he was too big.
I know, but he was the only cop in that scene that they got any dialogue. So I'm assuming it'll be him. Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
I want to say it was him, but yeah, there was like Michael Beck, like Swan. He was supposed to make it big, and then he went and made Xanadu. He's like, as much doors as was open for me by waters, but I shut my Xanadu.
Ajax was the other one I recognised.
Aye.
Yeah.
It's obviously it's Dexter's dad, so
it's Dexter's dad, yeah.
Yeah.
And also Windows from the Thing is in this as well.
Yeah.
The which the first time I watched it, I was the thing I popped the most for because I fucking love the thing. It's like I'm just sitting there quietly watching the film. Windows. It's like, calm down, stop, calm down. Fucking love Windows.
Yeah. Okay. So.
So the start of the film.
Yeah. I mean, we've only got like 2.5 minutes left, so we probably should just wait until the next bit and we'll get started properly.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
before we get to that, I will say
talk about Ferris wheels.
It was based on a 1965 novel of the same name, which I'm assuming, given that nobody's, or Scott and Thunder have seen the film variously, nobody's actually read the book either.
No. Sorry, I'm a Philistine.
Which, I've never read it. I've read about the book. I've never read the book. There's a lot of differences apparently, but yeah.
We'll get Dawkins to read the book and he can report back.
I don't think it'll be Dawkins' kind of book.
Great idea. That is a fucking amazing idea, right?
We do the films. He does the movie.
We now need to do loads of these, and then Dawkins can do his Talking Dawkins podcast as an accompaniment, and it's just him talking about the book and doesn't mention the film at all. That'd be a fucking amazing idea.
Shared universe. There we go.
More things that people don't need.
And we'll fuck with him by picking stuff like Crime and Punishment and those stuff. It's really hard books.
Yeah, I'm imagining
we're doing the 10 Commandments. You've got to read the entire Bible.
Yeah, I'm imagining the book's not a tough read. I wouldn't have thought.
It's one of those ones. It's one of those ones. In fairness, I've always been like, I should probably pick it up, but I would not find it would just go on the shelf, and I would never read it.
Yeah.
I've got a pile of books that sitting on the shelf through the house that I need to get through, and it's like I didn't need to be adding stuff that I know that I want to read. Just like I've got stuff I want to read that I haven't got to.
It's maybe one I'll keep an eye out for in, often charity shop raiding.
Yeah.
Might turn up. You never know.
I don't know if it's still in print. Like, it's a 1965. It was released in 1965, so I don't know if it's still in print or if it's just one of these you need to fucking be lucky enough to find somewhere. But yeah. So yeah. And at this point, I'm just waiting for time to run out so we can get going again. So
we'll be back after these messages.
Yeah. Something like that.
And plus, I'm waiting to change it to my better headphones because they're making me ears warm.
I'm no professional. I've got headphones. I just can't be bothered. As long as I can hear you, I'm fine.
Oh,
it's again. I'm still using my laptop is broken as a way to stand my phone.
We're back.
Welcome back.
We're 40 minutes in, and we haven't gotten past the credits.
Scene 1. Here we go.
You said, oh, this won't be as long as a usual episode. It might just end up being.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I know we said about the credits, but a good, like you spoke about what they were going to do in terms of what they did was I think is far better. And that, like, it shows you like either the different train stations or the different bus or whatever like that, and it's like, there's all these gangs. Some of the gangs that you never see again.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Oh, you see some of them hanging about the meeting a bit.
You see some of the meeting, but some of them never feature. But it's like, all right, okay, there's them, and so it gives you the whole idea of like,
it was
this is the whole of New York coming together.
There was a gang in hats dressed in purple. I want to see more of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the guys in red and the suspenders and with the white face. Like, I don't really see them again either, do you?
No.
You see I'll get it for me. Like, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Maybe I'll let you set the scene before I jump in.
So yeah, like we get shots like Coney Island at night. So you've got the big wonder wheel on and lights, and you get the Abdi piling on the fucking subway on. There is one gang that's very, very polite. The boy goes up to, he gets ice tokens for his pal, and he's putting ice tokens in.
Yeah.
Everybody else jumped the barrier.
Yeah.
just this one guy, here's a token pal.
That was one of the things that caught me. So everyone's very well behaved. This is
Very polite. I mean, I can understand it because you're on your way to a massive fucking gang meeting. You may be down to get arrested on the way there.
Apart from one of the gangs, one of the members of one of the gangs tries to intimidate a woman as they're walking by.
And she's naked anyway.
I didn't have it. I'm watching it going, go and fucking sell it, Clyde.
But yeah.
I mean, there's like 10 of them, so what the fuck? Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we get these like
everyone's well behaved. That stood out to me. Like while they're all going there, and then when they're at this massive meeting, there's no one drinking, there's no one smoking, there's no one being a little bit too rowdy. They're all on their best behaviors.
Yeah. Well, there's 100 gangs there, and everyone's coexisting.
Yeah.
Which is again jumping ahead, which is the whole point of the meeting, is so they can all become one.
Yeah.
One, but Vago, pick it up. Go on, Vago, pick it up.
So that's it. We get this subway thing, and it's getting interspersed with this. But like the Warriors talking to each other about if it's happening or we're getting this meeting in the park. This guy's he's got a big speech in hand. There's 9 delegates for each gang. And like I said, there is a deleted scene for the earlier on, but it goes into what every single member's proper job is, and they get to say job, but like their role in the gang. But yeah, you get this. So this is why this bit where the Warriors talking to each other about where they're going and why they're going there, because this kind of sets up the film. So they're all going to this meeting, and the first thing that came across to me was Ajax very homophobic.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah.
No, like
I was going to count the amount of times he said faggot, and I literally lost count after every scene.
Yeah, it happens a lot, and it's like, oh, you guys turning faggot. I'm like, settle down, son.
Yeah.
It's weird because like I said, we spoke about doing this in like November or something like that, and so I've watched it 3 times, and even watching it last night, like there's, even though you watch offensive movies and you watch the different language, language from the time and stuff, it's quite jarring that he says it loads of times, and it's like, that's just a bit much.
My take on that is that every time he said it, it's just like, oh, here we go, another gay slur. Okay, we're fine. But everyone through the movie that they come into contact with that he wants to fight is a wimp. Nothing stronger than a wimp. He never calls anyone a pussy. Never, nothing like that. They're just wimps.
Yeah.
Don't you be homosexual, sir? Oh no.
Yeah. But yeah, literally, I started counting them, and I got to like the 3rd scene. I was like, I'm done with this now.
I think it's like 5 times he brings up, and it's like, okay, we got it. Cheers.
Yeah.
We got it, mate. Thanks.
Ajax cancelled.
Yeah.
Ajax named after our cleaning product. Calm down. You're okay. Yeah, you're okay.
So anyway, we get to the meeting at Van Cortlandt Park in the Bronx. So you've got all these gangs assembled, 9 delegates for 100 gangs. So it's like that's like 900 folk.
Yeah.
Plus the riffs that are there, like cutting about with their fucking fancy spangly karate jackets on.
Yeah.
Like 1,000 folk, and the Bobbies didn't notice 1,000 folk just en masse in the fucking Bronx.
Yeah.
That's my first problem with it.
You're not telling me that they had some of these gangs under surveillance for a while, and there was undercover coppers in there and stuff. You're not telling me that at all. Sorry, they knew about this from minute 1.
I say this, like there is like legit gang members and undercover cops in that crowd scene.
Yeah.
Like they filled it. Obviously they padded with extras, so like, we'll here's some gang, we'll throw them in so they frankly more shit anymore. And then legit had to get cops and they're undercover to make sure they weren't fighting each other.
I like that.
I'm 70s movie making. That's fucking pull up your bootstraps, renegade. Just get this shot and get out of there.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, we get this 1,000 folk in the park.
Yeah.
And we've got this the leader of the Riffs making his big speech, Cyrus, which is where The Rock stole his hail fucking gimmick for, apparently. That what the Rock is just that boy.
Yeah. Also, Booker T stole the "Can you dig it?"
He did, yeah.
Yeah, he stole that.
They call it people sucker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you dig it?
Basically, this and Shaft is pretty much where Booker T got his gimmick from.
Oh god, yeah.
It's
So,
good
yeah.
to know your influences.
That was the thing I noticed about it. Like, you've got these gangs, and you notice like your pants cross crowd scene. Like, none of the gangs are standing together. Like in the Rain gang, they're all like spread out.
Oh,
like
no.
here's a guy with a white face and the top of your hair, and there's another near there, and I was like you've got all these folk that are gonna fight each other, and you're standing miles apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Choices were made. Again, like trying to wrangle that many extras would have been almost impossible at one point.
Yeah.
So you're going, just fucking roll the film, right? We've got the coverage, let's move on. It's like, guys, it's 2:00 in the morning. Let's just fucking get it done. There's like 900 people. It's fine.
I don't know if it was like a proper editorial decision to kind of to do that. Just in the idea of, well, they've been told no weapons, so we're going to mix them all up to make it to kind of over egg the pudding of going, look, see, they can all live in peace.
So because that's the whole point of the whole point of this is Cyrus wants to basically, if they all become one gang, then they can control the fucking place. Because he's saying there's 100 gangs, there's 20,000 members, but there's 60,000 in total. There's only 20,000 police. Yeah. So we fucking run this town.
And it's proper scuzzy 1970s New York when
it's when New York was really,
they probably could have taken over if they wanted.
It's like the same New York you see in like Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3 or like Taxi Driver. It's that proper, really it's that
proper Son of Sam era New York.
Nasty New York where it's like they're basically it's lawlessness anyway.
Yeah.
Full on Taxi Driver style New York.
Yeah. But yeah. So we get this Cyrus, he's making his big speech. And then
hell of a speech, by the way.
It is. He's Mr. Charisma.
Hell of a speech.
Oh yeah, no, the guy's a great fucking talker. No, like no wonder he's the boy in charge. What a promo.
Yeah, I don't know if he's thought he's planned through much further than getting all these gangs together.
Yeah.
But hell of a speech anyway.
that was one of the things I've got written down. It's like he's never really planned that far ahead, is he?
It's like, what happens the next day, mate? Come on now.
I mean, I get he's got to take over one borough at a time, but after like they're just got to send the army in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There will be National Guard people banging on your door, mate.
It's like the army come in and it's like, oh no, we're so terrified. Why? There's guys in dungarees and roller skates. Fuck.
We're pulling out of New York. The fucking mimes have taken over.
The mimes have taken over. It's like, I can't get past them. Why?
The guys in dungarees. The guys in dungarees are just dressed like Chucky. That's what I could take from it.
Yes.
No, it's like, okay, you're dressed like Chucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're called the punks, the least punk gang there is in that film.
Yeah. The one fellow on roller skates is they're the punks, all right. You mentioned the guys with their little white silky waistcoats and their little hats on.
Yeah.
It's just like so I saw them and it's just like, all right, there's clearly the pimp gang, fine. All right. And then the next one is there's like guys who look like a Mongol horde.
Yeah.
And then just waiting for a train peacefully. And then there's a group of mimes dealing with a turnstile and not even slapsticking it up. And I was just like, you know what? I've had enough now. I can't watch this anymore. But I stuck with it.
That's it. Kayfabe shattered.
Yeah, it's just come on, play the gimmick. Fucking hell.
So we get Cyrus make these big speech and everyone's we're all for it. And then out pops fucking Luther, the boy from Commando, then just fucking kills him. But you're not supposed to fusing folk here, nobody else sees him there gone.
Well, but they're passing the gun. The gun gets passed along to quite a number of people, like before it gets trigger pulled. And yeah, it's like you said. I mean, first of all, you got so much people here, and the police only show up after the fact.
Yeah.
And someone's got a gun in there, and again, okay, bang, and that's a big thing. It's like not one person saw him, and then he blames the Warriors. It's like, but then none of you see him do it. I mean, there's quite a lot of you here. Yeah.
So somebody
That's
else has blocked it.
Yeah.
I guess it's with 1,000 people being there. How many people would have seen? Because they're all looking at Cyrus. They're looking that way, and then the shooting comes from there.
Yeah.
Somebody saying it was them.
I mean,
Like,
the guy
probably...
standing right next to them or in front of him must have been like, that was some fucker with a fucking gun.
Yeah.
You've got to imagine though, right? How 900 gang members or whatever, 1,000 people. I'm not like, and they've said no weapons, but I bet you he wasn't the only one carrying.
No.
So therefore, you've probably got people there saying, "I'll keep stum because I've got a gun on me and all."
They weren't a planting folk, didn't know I am. It's organised as the Riffs were. They weren't that organised.
No, they didn't have the metal
there was the
detector
panic.
out, no.
Yeah, that's why there would have been the panic, because the gun goes off, and then obviously the police are there, and most of them scarper because it's like, fuck, I've got a gun.
Yeah.
We need to get shit out. We need to get out of here.
Yeah, you can believe that part, yeah. Although the escape after the gunshot is like, come on, people are just going around like they're on a skeleton trick. It's just like, just leave. It's all right. It's fine.
So
they're so disoriented. It's just like, I can't find an exit.
You're close to a first public warning here. That's your picking holes. You're sailing very close to a first public warning.
He's doing a sleepaway camp too. That's what he's doing.
So we've got this mayhem get on, and then Leon and his infinite wisdom thinks, I'm gonna have to have a closer look at this. Instead, like, these Bobby's kicking about, they're about to fucking arrest Abdi, but nah, he used to go and have a proper look at Seaside as it's been shot, and it gets swiftly. That's when the rogues, Luther and the boys, it was the Warriors, and he gets swiftly dealt with just elbows, just
the Riffs.
Yeah,
elbow struck to death.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Squad of boys, elbowed to death. That was that. That's it, Leon.
Although the guy himself had a hell of a back elbow on him.
He did, yeah.
He caught that one guy. So, oh Christ.
Yeah, he did hold his own against the couple of rogues that charged them, a couple of fucking backdrops and whatever. But yeah, and then like I said, the Riffs and their karate jackets swiftly dealt with him. So that's scene 2. Here we go.
Yeah,
rolling through it.
Going through every scene.
Right.
In part 2, we do a script reading.
He would do that.
Didn't give ideas.
I'm not.
I don't want to do Ajax's part.
No.
Omar, we'll get Omar on. He can do it.
Aye.
So we cut to the Warriors. They're run away. They've gotten away. They've gone scarpered through some, and they end up in this graveyard. So we get a little bit a back and forth with Ajax and Swan about who's got to take over. And then this is a line. This is where I did some actual research. So you get Vermin saying we must be 50 to 100 miles from Coney. Have I looked it up? From Van Cortlandt Park Station to Coney Island Beach is 31 miles. In Google Maps, you can get there 48 minutes drive, or two hours on the subway. Now, remember I said there's a big thing with this film. I got a problem. It could end the film. This is it. They're criminals. Why did you steal a car?
Okay, so mine was similar to that. It's just like, are you telling me, right? Because every gang's just like, oh, like we're sending 9 people. Now we never see any other warriors, so we don't know that there's actually any more of them. But I fail to believe that they could have just come out of that little graveyard they're in, found a payphone, and said, "Yeah, we need a fucking lift."
I mean, you say that. I looked through the thing for the book, and that's what they do. The phone a youth worker for Corey to come pick him up, and then they get chased off, like through the somebody finds them and they get chased off of it. Essentially,
oh, right, plot loophole.
Yeah, that was my main massive hole with this film. Is like they could just steal a car.
Yeah.
Just pile in.
Yeah.
And it's also not that far away. You're fine.
Yeah. It's a 48-minute drive. Like leaving at midnight, it's a 48-minute drive. There's no traffic. You'll be fine. It's 1979. There's no that much
Like-
traffic kicking about.
I know your version of the film has no drama whatsoever.
it's gone for them sitting on a train to sitting in a car on the way in.
It's just a leisurely drive. They could that way. They could sit and listen to the radio, though. That becomes a topic.
Yeah, we still get the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Just neither the drama or action. Just 9 boys in the car listening to the soundtrack for the Warriors, fluttering their ass.
Well,
basically-
I mean, like
thing
9
is-
people in a car. Again, like the car's probably not big enough for 9 people, so that's probably where the funds coming from. Is
Well, I
getting
don't know.
9 folk in a car.
1970s American cars. You probably could get 8 people in there now.
Yeah.
Bother.
Well,
They're like, I'm not sitting on your knee. No. Nah.
I'm driving. No, I'm driving. All right, everyone out.
Thing is,
Ajax hanging off the roof.
in all seriousness, I have thought about that before because it's like it is a fairly obvious thing. But then the movie just becomes Vanishing Point because it's just them listening to the radio as they're driving somewhere. And now I'm not slagging it off because I think Vanishing Point's a great movie and it's a plot crutch that they both rely on having the DJ talking to him. So it's Cleveland Little and Vanishing Point, and it's the last say in this. And it is good having that thing of just how we need to get from like D to E. Let's just move on. Right, cut to the DJ. Do this, and it's like so. It is 2 films that are like kind of similar, but
Yeah.
it would if they stole a car, it just becomes right. We're going to Coney Island. Okay, there's going to be things stopping us getting to Coney Island. How do we do that? Is this bridge open after midnight? Don't fucking know. Okay.
Oh, we're stuck in the one-way system now. Oh no.
Aye. It's like it's a toll bridge. Has anybody got a quarter? No. Fuck.
Let's spin that on the subway. So yeah, we get so for there we get the cut to the riffs underground. I'm assuming it looks like an underground complex, an underground base. They're all strictly regimented with their karate jackets on.
Oh yeah, these blokes are organised.
Yeah, that's why they're the biggest guy in New York because organisation and karate jackets.
They're the corporate leadership.
I assume it's like I've not read it up, but I assume they're just basically meant to be the Black Panthers, but they couldn't say this is the Black Panthers.
Yeah,
because
there was a little bit of that about it.
They would have probably got murdered for using the term, but I assume it's just meant to be this is the Panthers. All right, okay.
Yeah. We just kind of got the berets and gloves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lovely jackets.
Yeah,
lovely
they're a
jackets.
proper gang. Yeah.
Yeah. So we get this cut. Then they've got the second in command saying, "Oh, it's the Warriors. We need to go and get them." And you get this thing, which is very cleverly done, I think, with the DJ, because obviously it's before mobile phones. It's like, how are you going to get this word out to 100 gangs? It's like, obviously on the radio. I'm assuming it's some sort of pirate radio station. And this is the bit that John Wick directly lifts.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is no, the John Wick just takes it. So I'm assuming they just it's just like a homage to this film.
Basically, the director of John Wick is a massive fucking Warriors fan. So he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this. He's just got to put the Warriors in here. Basically, it's the same thing. So it's like so John Wick just has to fight his way through how many fucking hundreds of folk to get to Furry's gun.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same thing here. So it's like the radio DJ puts out the word that the Warriors are to be wasted, and so then we get them. These gangs fucking tooling up. You see them piling out there. I thought the Warriors are still cutting about fucking the Bronx, still waiting to get to the station. These gangs seem to be home.
That's a good point.
Like very quick. Like I'm assuming some of them only abide round the corner, but surely some of them must like bite that fear about law. Like how the fuck did you get home so quick?
Well,
That's a very good point.
Some of them obviously were able to get a lift home.
It's the other members of the gangs, so it's like so they've heard the radio, and they've right, okay, let's go. Because
that's why I need other folk here because I'd never thought of that.
Because when obviously when the school bus comes round the corner, there's more than 9 people on the school bus.
Yeah.
Aye.
So it's like, all right, this must be the rest of those guys.
Well, that's another thing, right? So this has gone out on Gang FM or whatever.
Gang FM.
I don't know. What gang? Well, it's the US, so Gang 103.
That's the legal term for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gang FM.
Right. So if there were, this is why there can't be any other people in the Warriors, because surely if there was, they'd have been fucking listening. And they'd have gone,
Yeah,
shit,
I'm
the boys are
assuming
in trouble.
Yeah, see, here's my thing with that though. There's no mobile phones or anything, so they're not getting far to go to pick them up.
Yeah, there's that.
I mean, they can they know where they've gone, but after hearing that on the radio, I think they've probably scattered by now. There's no point in kind of getting them. I did think about that, but yeah.
Point taken. Yeah, that's a good point.
I thought, like I said, it is another thing they could have just phoned in, like, come pick us up.
Yeah.
Bring the van.
Please help us. We don't know where we are.
So yeah, so then we get this shot that I'm sure Martyn's itching to get into, where the Warriors are running through a rainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to pick up the story, Martyn, why there was a rainstorm there?
Why was there a rainstorm?
Why there was a random rainstorm scene that's thrown in there?
No, wait, hold on. It did start chucking it down, didn't it?
Yeah.
But they then realised that the film looks better. It looked better. It looked better that the rain had been on.
Aye.
So they then had to get the fire brigade in to start soaking all the streets. Because it made it look, like we mentioned earlier, like talking about, like you said about like Son of Sam, and obviously we spoke about like Pelham 123 and Taxi Driver, where the night bits of that are all where it looks, it like kind of not glistens, but it's got that thing.
Like the lights are catching the
so
moisture.
They basically hired a couple of fire trucks, particularly in that scene that I mentioned there, with the school bus comes down the road at them.
Yeah.
Just to soak the road, because it makes it look better. It was like obviously it rained and they went, oh, that's something they chanced upon as an artistic decision.
A director, I thought he says, I can use this.
Yeah. So he basically made them run under the wee tunnel where they come through. They're soaking, and it's like, that looks really good. Right, we need to get a couple of fire trucks to soak everything.
That was my only thing with it later on. It's just like they take an absolute soaking, and then 2 minutes later, his hair's perfect again.
That's what happens when things aren't filmed in sequence, and you go back and you go, fuck, that's what we got.
Oh yeah, I know.
But you're right. We know, like, because again, it's not until you're older that you realize that they don't make films and film everything in order. It doesn't work that way.
Unless you're Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah. Well, there is exceptions, but
And Spielberg's done that as well with stuff, I think.
Well, Spielberg could do what he fucking wants now, can he?
Of course he can.
Fucking fly bastard.
So
Spielberg. It's Spielberg, you fly bastard.
It was an artistic decision made.
Yeah.
To do that, so it brings that kind of, like I said, the gritty New York.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to gamble and say the podcast that you listened to, Thunder, was probably the Rewatchables episode on it, wasn't it?
Yes, that's one of them.
It was, which genuinely is, if you're going to listen to another podcast about the Warriors other than this one, obviously,
I'm a professional one. Yeah, is what you're trying to say.
I would thoroughly recommend listening to the Rewatchables one, because they make some really good points in it about like New York and the setting and stuff like that.
I do like the Rewatchables, but that was an episode I'd always skipped because I'd never seen it.
Yeah,
and I went back and skimmed it, and I was just like, yeah, all right, yeah.
And obviously, they go through the whole thing about how New York is also, despite the fact that like there's obviously Ajax and all that, New York is a character of its own in the film.
Oh, definitely.
It's like,
yeah.
You couldn't set this in like San Francisco or anywhere like that, because it needs to be New York with the public transport system the way it is, with the island obviously of coming from there to there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically north-south journey. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want an infinitely more professional take on the Warriors, listen to that instead of this.
Yes.
I mean, you've been listening this far. You might as well just listen to the end of this first. But yeah.
If you don't want to listen to just hear them repeating things that I might have stolen from myself, then I'll listen to them.
So yeah, so like I said, we touched on
Thank you, Mr. Simmons.
We get this bus chase with the Turnbulls chasing them down to the subway station because they're waiting for the train.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, I realise there's like 100 folk on this bus, but they managed to somehow outrun the bus.
Yeah. I caught myself on this though because I was already saying, "Well, that's shite," but it's like because no weapons at the meeting, so no guns at whatever park it was. That's fine. But now when they're out and the word's been spread, these guys are to get got. Nobody on that fucking bus has got a gun to take a pot shot. Don't believe it. Also, just put the fucking foot down.
Because it's a school bus. It's speed limited. It's a school bus.
They run down the middle, but they run down the middle of the bloody street. They don't even try to stick to the side.
Yeah, like.
But then
there's a subway above you. They're like, it's been held up by a big iron fucking girders or whatever it is.
Run down the fucking
the pavement. They can't hit you with the bus.
But then I realised that when whoever takes over for Cyrus, he says he wants them alive, preferably.
Yeah,
So that's why they shoot them.
So I was just like, oh, all right, they're not trying to off them; they're just trying to round them up. That's fair. All right.
Yeah.
Again, like some people want them killed, but the ref would like them to be alive. Yeah.
So it was just that doesn't make sense. They just run them over or shoot them, but then I was like, oh, maybe not. All right.
Yeah. So we get them. They finally they got on the train.
Yeah.
They get away into the fucking night. You think, oh, this is it. We're here. And then a few stops down the line, there's a big fire. They have to pile back off the train again.
Yeah. Just like in real life, they take you off that bus and put you on another bus.
Yeah.
If the Dundee
public transport, fucking shit.
I have had
Dundee in the change.
I had an experience on the London Underground of having to get off because there was a fire. So this is true to life, people.
You weren't responsible for 7/7, were you?
No, that one weren't me. No, I think we can probably prove I was somewhere else. I hope.
Was there a show on that day?
We're in Macduff or something.
No, it was Cullen. No, it ain't Cullen.
Yeah. If in doubt, you can't prove otherwise.
There was only like 600
nobody
people
was there
in
to
the film.
fucking see otherwise, no.
Even the hall keeper can't vouch for you.
No, it's the flimsiest alibi anyone could have.
And the front door to Cullen Town Hall is still unlocked, Martyn.
So
only half joking.
That's enough wrestling for this podcast.
Yeah, that's enough wrestling for that. That's it. We're done.
So we get the Warriors going to the gang version of Cullen. It's the orphans.
The gang version of Cullen. the orphans.
What a segue.
Beautifully done.
I was going to say the orphans are like the Warriors version of SWE. Because they're so low on the totem pole, they weren't even invited to the meeting.
Nah.
It was just like the guy, the leader of them was doing his best to convince himself that they were something, that even he didn't believe that they were something.
Yeah. Also, he's fucking pal. He looked like Carlito. He looked a bit handy.
Yeah.
You could, lazy eye Adrian Brody didn't look like anything, but his pal with the throw did.
Yeah. Carlito would have kicked the shit out of him. But yeah. So they get this, so they meet up with the orphans down. So they come to an agreement that they're going to walk through their turf. They're coming in peace. They're sitting at home. And then out comes this bird, fucking stirring up shit, basically.
Yeah.
So
she wants one of their vests.
She wants a vest.
She asked for one of the vests. And then she later says that she wants them to take them off
Yeah,
because you can't wear colours walking through. And he's like, I go fuck yourself, hen.
basically.
It's like, yeah, you're going to get a Sir Heeds kicked in, basically.
Yeah.
One, no,
Yeah.
one, no one asked you. Two, would you stop trying to stir up a fucking gang war?
So basically, that's the gist of it. She gets told to get the fuck, and the boy gets told to get the fuck. And Carlito's he has to go along with it because that's his boss.
Yeah.
So we get them walking through the turf, and this was the next
Yeah.
bit I got. So you get the orphans. They've gone and got their reinforcements. They're all standing there with their fucking Stanley Woods in hand. Where the fuck did the Warriors get a petrol bomb?
Didn't they have a bottle or something? It found because
I've watched that enough times. I've never seen it in any scene before.
I reckon it was. I reckon it was it that you've got the guy with his spray paint, Rembrandt. I think it's in his
satchel.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, there's no way to hide it because they're not
Yeah.
wearing fucking shirts. Never mind big pockets.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
is it a snore cheese? He like pull. He's got it like we're not in it. He's got it around his neck. It's like where the fuck did you get a petrol bomb?
and
Yeah.
then they throw it.
It's 1970s New York. They're just lying around.
Yeah.
But they have this homemade bomb and they throw it at a car, and the car's a good 10 feet away from all the orphans, and they all just kind of recoil in horror for a few seconds. It's near that close to you. I mean,
Yeah.
you're all right, but they all
that-
just kind of just freeze.
That's because they're shit.
And then it blows up.
Yeah,
And it's like,
but then it also plays into, they are shit. Yeah, yes, you guys are a shit gang. You've shown that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the car's on fire from over there. It's like, you're all right. You can still go for them, but then they get away, and then she follows them as well.
Yeah. That's a bit that always gets, but it's like when the turn up these reinforcements get standing base, they should see this is what you get, Warriors. This is what you get. You fuck the orphans, and instantly the boy throws a petrol bomb and it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no! Fire!
that boss fight was shit.
Yeah. You need to, it's crescendo thing. You need to build that up. So you start at the bottom. And,
That was very tutorial level.
yeah.
Get through.
So we get them scattered, and then we're back on the train. We're waiting on the train, so we're back in the train station, but a different train station, obviously. So this is where.
And this is when the police show up, and also the baseball fury show up as well.
Yeah, so we get this. We're sitting on the train at 96 3 station, so we're ready to go. And
That's right, yeah.
The Bobby walks past the window and here's a wee look in, and then that's it. You get everyone scattering. So this is where we get the gang split up into two different sides. So you have four guys going one way and four guys the other way, and this is where Fox get killed off.
Yes.
Yeah. Aye, like it's just a thing, is it? It's just a thing that's not dwelled on. He ends up rolling about with the cop, right?
Yeah.
And then they go off onto the train track.
I mean,
we need. I think we've got less than a minute left.
Yeah.
This is going to be a long part of the podcast. So I think we need to come back to this.
We'll get into this.
So,
this was meant to be a short one, guys.
Yeah.
Time for a commercial break.
But this next point is going to be like a few minutes to discuss. So we're going to run out of time.
Martyn knows where I'm going with this.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
I'm very intrigued.
So we're back. Well, again, into the meat of why Fox was killed off.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by this because I don't know, because it was just a very fleeting. I know the first time I watched it, I was like, I'm assuming he's dead, but then it's just not a thing again. It's just, that's it, it's done.
So,
of course he's dead. He takes a hell of a bump.
So the original plan was for Fox and Mercy to have like the romancy angle thing. But there was absolutely no fucking chemistry there, so we switched to Swan fairly early on.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But then the reason Fox was killed off is because he was fired halfway through shooting.
Really?
He had a lot of disagreements and he was just disrupting filming, constant arguments with the director.
Yeah, he fell out with Walter Hill.
Yeah.
Loads.
About the direction the film was going or whatever. So basically, Walter Hill one night got the stuntman together and says, "Look, we need to kill this cunt off. So think of someone." And the boy's like, "Ah, well, we'll just have a fight with the Bobby and throw him in front of a train." So like Fox's that scene, it's Nathan Fox is a stuntman the whole way through. If you look closely, it's Nathan Fox.
Wow.
And if you also, and basically, he took it so badly that he asked for his name to be taken off the credits of the movie.
Yes, aye. Until
So
years.
he's not
Really?
So you look
Okay,
at
I
the
didn't
end of
know
the
that
film.
part.
It doesn't say. Is it Thomas something?
Thomas
His name
Waits.
is? I can't remember. Thomas Waits. That's it. Yeah, it's
You'll-
not there
you'll be
because
waiting a long time.
he took a bubble big time and went, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the credits.
Yikes.
I mean, since
Wow.
then, like I think they've made up and like he's regretted taking his name off, and Hill's regretted firing him the way he did. But yeah, essentially that's why Fox was killed off, because he was just the two of them didn't get on. So Hill was like, "Ah, look, just kill us. This guy's done."
that makes a lot more sense why that's such a oh, he's gone. You know what I mean? It's like it's very
abrupt.
jarring.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Because like the girl tells them, oh, he got caught by a copper, which they just take as, oh well, he's been arrested, I suppose.
No, he was
But it's never brought up again in the rest of the film. Where the fuck is he?
Yeah. So
Never mind.
So we get like Fox is done. So now we're doing to 7. So we've got 3 of them catch a train, and we get 4 of them end up outside. And outside waiting for them is the Baseball Furies.
Yes.
And
I can listen to that. I can see he's got another boat to pick here.
yeah,
Go on.
this is my favourite gang in the whole film.
I know it is.
I wonder why.
But like, it's like we'll get to where they go. So they come out, and there's like a handful of the Furies standing there waiting for them. So they're standing there with their face paint on, their fucking baseball bats, intimidated as fuck, and then they start chasing them. And essentially they're like fucking Terminators.
Yeah.
Like just no tiring, they're just running them down into the park. And then they get up to the park, and then they get the shit kicked out of them, like fairly easily. And this is the bit pissed me. I was like, I think you're good. This is the best gang in the film, and this is how you get a fuck. You just get like Ajax alone takes out like 5 of them.
Yeah. As soon as one of them loses the baseball bat, it's tatties over the side.
Aye, like Cowboy gets T out. He gets dispatched fairly easily by one of them, and then Ajax turns around, wipes the first dude, turns around, and then wipes the other dude out to wipe the Cowboy, and then by that point, Swan and Snow have caught up, so there's another fight ensues. But like I watched the footage of it, and I'm fairly sure it's all different guys, but Ajax takes out 5 of them himself.
That's
Just
how good he was.
Knocking boys out just for.
Because Ajax is meant to be, he wanted to be warlord.
Aye.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is he wanted to be warlord.
Because he's a mad hard bastard.
Instead of Swan, he decided, and it was like, oh no, I would be no. And so
for his homophobic, he's a fucking hard bastard.
I guess that was the thing of like, when he was sort of sold the movie, like there's going to be this big scene in the middle where there's these boys with baseball bats and you're going to kick fuck out most of them.
Aye.
And he's like, all right, okay, yeah, well, it's like because basically you've got like about 6 minutes left of the movie after that, then you're fucked.
Yeah.
Although, like you see them, like they've got baseball bats, but they stand around waiting their turn.
Or they do the classic, the heel circle, and just let it be one at a time.
And
it's fucking absolute bullshit. It's bullshit.
In this fight scene, Ajax is playing the role of Diamond Dallas Page, and the Baseball Furies are the NWO Black and White.
I got the shittings, like Buff Bagwell and
They all get diamond cutted and they fuck off.
The thing is, we've seen earlier in the movie, Cleon gets his little moment and then dies because everybody just piles on him and kills him. But then when they're in the park against the Furies go, right, you will all take our turns. It's like, you did it right the first time where everybody just went for him and killed him. And you assume killed him. And then it's like, all right, okay, we're going to just wait and we'll take our turn because obviously James Remar is going to do some kung fu shit with a baseball bat.
Yeah, and then you get the best thing is there's just one random guy just standing there, and you see Swan come over the side and just fucking nail him right in the fucking ribs with it.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, he broke three of that guy's ribs with that shot.
Oh.
And he didn't care about it till like they did the reunion like fucking like 40 years later.
Yeah.
And that's when he found out about it, when he broke the stuntman's ribs.
Wow.
But so he's just kind of standing there looking like hard as fuck, and you just see Swan come in, like for the side of the shot just comes in and just swings his back right in his fucking ribs. just crumples.
The yes, these baseball furies, they're not much better than the orphans, really, are they?
It's like I said, they look intimidating as fuck, and the rundown was intimidating as fuck, but when it comes down to it, they're just a step above the orphans.
Yeah, I can't. It's just like here's these Harlequin painted New York Yankees wearing full baseball uniforms,
Yeah.
including shoes,
Right.
chasing people through the streets.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason's what they're good at.
And what's your point, caller?
I don't know that I've got one.
What's your point, caller?
Again, I agree with what
Nice.
Vega was saying though. When they come out of the whatever street station they come out of,
Yeah.
that's intimidating as fuck though.
Yeah.
You see them all circling with bats in their hands.
Because
Like,
they didn't say anything. They're just silent. And it's like, oh, shit's about to go down here. And the reason
that part's good, and the fight's just ridiculous.
Yeah. I will say, like, it's billed as like an action film. For all the action that's in it, it's not really that much action.
No, there's only really one big fight.
Yeah.
You know, that comes later.
But yeah. So like I said, this plays into the like the way the director was trying to go, the like over the top gangs, this comic book thing.
Yeah.
Because the gang there was an actual like baseball themed gang in New York in the 70s. I can't remember, was it second or third base? Or I'm assuming it was second base. I'm sure it was, but they just wore like the Letterman jackets as opposed to full baseball uniforms and fucking base paint.
Instead of these guys, which are like Kiss meets Dodgers Stadium, Elton John.
That incidentally, that's why they look like that, because the director is a massive fan of Kiss and baseball.
That carries. Yeah, that's all right.
So he's killed two birds with one stone there. That's what he's done.
But as shit as they were as a gang, this scene does do well in showing off that the warriors themselves can actually handle themselves.
Yeah. Well, Ajax can.
Not just Ajax, but Swan as well. And you know, apart from Cowboy, is it?
Cowboy, exactly. It's the same with the other fight scene. He takes out a hide in there as well. He just
gets put in his arse. But the other
thing is, I think they needed that because there'd been a lot of running.
Yeah.
And they'd not really done anything.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a case of you need to. You know, I think we need to establish that these guys are actually a serious gang and like hard cases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than just
it works for that
reason. We're running home.
Yeah. Because he's been saying for like half an hour at this point, I'm tired of fucking running.
Yeah, I want to fight these guys, and nobody else
He just wants to scrap. Yeah.
Yeah. So then we go for here to this. This is where we see the end of Ajax when he meets Big's mum.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Tom Hanks' mum.
Right, that's three people in this film that I know then.
And this is another one I've got a problem with. Like, I assume that she's meant to be some undercover cop. Like, she never shows a badge, but she's got fucking handcuffs. So I'm assuming she's meant to be this undercover cop.
Yeah.
So she thingies him in, whatever, blah blah blah, and he gets a bit handsy with her, and then she blows a whistle and the Bobbies turn up. I'm saying to you, a decent lawyer, that's entrapment. He's out by the morning.
Yeah.
He's back out. He's back out the streets.
There's no way he's getting a decent lawyer, though, is there?
Nah. I would argue that a bad lawyer could argue that.
In 1970s New York, even if the lassie gave him a bit of a come on, if you're attacking an undercover policewoman in the park, you're getting to go to the big house. You're not getting off with that.
I mean, did he really attack her that much? Yes,
I mean, yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I mean, he was
Yes,
he was
sexually
getting,
assaulted an undercover police
No.
officer.
he was getting there. I'll give him that. He was getting there. He wasn't quite there.
I mean,
He
this is where
was quite clearly told no.
this is where the mosh pit at the movies and Mickey's mosh pit come full circle, because now we've got back to what the crux of slagging people off on this podcast was, where this is where everything has to involve a sexual predator, much like Scottish wrestling. There's sexual predators though in the midst that people don't want to talk about. At least
But you can. This is where Mosh Pit the movies, you can tell, deals with fiction, because this fucker got arrested.
Because this one got actually arrested. See?
Yeah. So that's end of Ajax. He's arrested. But that's him again. He's been locked up. So then we get
no more homophobic slurs for the rest of the film.
No.
Yeah, that's it. Knocked in the head. So then we get a couple of different things. So we've got the other half of the gang who got the train. They meet the Lizzies at the train station, and then it quickly cuts back to the Swan meeting up with the Dame again, Mercy.
So we get into the love story.
Yeah, you've got
to have a bit of romance.
Cutting about with a random jacket she's stolen.
Just in case anybody took their girlfriend to this movie as like a date movie by mistake, chuck in a wee bit of romance.
Yep. So here they're getting back at the train station. She's like, "Oh, we can't go in there. It's crawling with cops. Go down to the platform. Fucking empty. The place is empty. Like it's been
Lies.
Guys just been thrown in front of a fucking train. Nobody. Like Nate cordoned off. Nothing. Just
that's like an ongoing thread with the subway. It's just no one kicking about apart from the gangs. Like, where is everyone else?
It's the dead of night.
Because it's after midnight, and probably a lot of people didn't particularly the underground. Maybe the overground was busier, but the underground was the thing where like people just would have avoided it at night because it was just full of crime.
Yeah, no man's land. Yeah.
But it's like a guy's literally being thrown in front of the fucking train. There's nobody there. Like nobody. And then eventually one Bobby just happens to come round the corner.
I think it's like.
Well, it's probably an everyday occurrence in New York.
Even in 1970s New York, that the whole train system's getting shut down.
At least for an hour.
Been run over. Somebody's been run over by a train at 12 o'clock at night.
It got shut down by a fire, but nah, boy got run down. But we'll just keep him going. Doesn't matter.
It's like, there was a fire, so we couldn't have let you into this one specific station because the door was damaged or something. But everything else is open. Okay.
I want to give a little shout out to the girl here. What's her name again?
Mercy.
Mercy. That's it. The not this scene. Well, a little bit of this scene, but the previous one where they're all scarpering in different directions, and then the copper eventually gets him and lobs him in front of the train. She's running down all those stairs in fucking big heels. Fair credit, love.
Well, you say that. The reason she's got a jacket on is because in that very scene, Fox, or the stuntman who was playing Fox in one of the takes, dragged her down and she broke her wrist. So she had that jacket to hide her broken wrist.
Wow.
See, there's a reason.
Movie magic.
She's probably the most resourceful person in this film. He keeps taking down members of the Warriors just to hang around with them. Manages to steal a coat off someone that's never seen, and is just she's there by the end. It's just like, yeah, fair play.
Yeah. So we get them. The Bobby start up. So they Swan and Mercy, they scurry off into the tunnels, and we get this wee love story in the tunnels.
Because that's a safe place to go.
Yeah.
It's like somebody's just been. You've just seen somebody be run over on the track, so we're going to nip down the track and then have this kind of awkward conversation where
very awkward.
Will they? Won't they?
Do you think they established enough just that she was maybe a little bit of a whore? Because it's like
he said she wasn't.
Holy shit! Do they hammer that point home that she likes cock? It's like, Jesus Christ! It's like, okay, come on, just let the woman have a bit of a rest.
She's not here for a long time.
because they
I missed
Scott,
that because it was very. I thought it was very subtle. I missed all that. It was very, very subtle.
what they do is they talk about, goes, oh, I bet you get, a different guy every Friday. And she talks about how she sees her friends with, like,
you might as well have a mattress strapped to your back.
babies. And he says you might as well have a mattress strapped to your back. It's like, and she talks about how her friends have all got families and babies and stuff, and she's like, I just want to have a good time, and sometimes I can't even remember their names. I think she says, or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just, and it's a bit like you're basically, other than the DJ, you're basically the only female character in this movie that gets a decent amount of lines.
Apart from Big Man.
And they totally make her out to be an absolute fucking whore. And it's like, Jesus Christ, this is a proper guy movie. This is a man's movie.
Well, add to that when they when they meet up, she comes and finds them the first time before they throw the Molotov, and they're like, "Oh, we'll just run a train on you," and like 3 or 4 of them are like throwing her about. It's just like, come on now, fellas.
I mean, you see it like they are supposed to be a gang, like criminal gang, so it's
not excusable.
Yeah.
I think
by the standards, I'm sure by the standards of the time, it was okay.
Yeah,
it's like, but I mean, like this film goes out of its way to not actually have heroes. There's no heroes in this film.
No.
So I mean, you could argue the whole point is, well, they're not meant to be nice people, but then you could argue that a film works better when you have nice people. So it depends.
But then you get
what you like or what you think works best.
You get like Abdi's, like especially Ajax and Vermin is a bit rapey. He comes across as a bit fucking sleazy.
Yeah.
It's instantly of the Warriors, she's my favourite character. Name for that reason, but yeah.
He's the only one with personality, that's why.
Well, he was originally meant to be killed off at some point. I can't remember when. I've got it written down some way. But he was one of the ones that got killed. He was meant to get killed off. Might be in fact, it was the next scene that we're getting to. He was supposed to get killed off, but because he put so much humor and like actual character into his character, the director's like, nah, we're just keeping him.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Plans have changed.
Yeah. Yeah. So we get to this next scene. So this scene I want to be where Furman's meant to get killed. So we get them meeting this girl gang, the Lizzies, and they go back to their base. I say base, fucking hangout, whatever you want to call it.
Hovel.
And basically I told that your pick. You can hate anyone you like. And this is the bit that got me. Me and them picked the Blondine. Blondine is by far the best look of the bunch.
See the main one from the main one for the gang that does the talking.
Yeah.
Genuinely, no, probably the worst actor in the movie.
Not good.
She's the little one with like the kind of like fuzzy hair.
The one that looks like something one of the at girls' school. That's what she looked like.
She genuinely and a lot of these guys didn't, like you said, didn't go on to have like stellar acting careers or didn't go on to do anything. But she stands above everybody as by miles the worst actor in the whole movie. Just like so bad. Like, did you even read the script? Or did you just somebody say to you, just say something about coming on to them or something? You'll be fine. Come upstairs, that'll be fine, yeah.
Yeah. So we get this scene where Vermin and Cochise, they've picked their birds. They're happy with their birds. Remember, that's kind of just meandering about. He's not interested. He's wee fucking neckerchief on.
He's a sensitive soul.
He is. Like he's obviously the youngest team. I don't know if he's supposed to be a virgin or whatever, but he's not interested in any of these birds.
Yeah, you can tell he's terrified.
Yeah. So then we get this one of them. Oh, you guys are the ones that shot Cyrus. So that's the big reveal, because up to this point, the Warriors just think they're trying to fight their way home, and this is the first time where they've been told that.
That's when you realise. Yeah,
everybody's out to get them for a reason.
Yeah, this is a good reveal. Yeah.
So here we go. So I've got knives. Now here's the other bit that got me. 2 of these days we've got guns. I counted the gunshots. There's 12 gunshots in this scene. Not one of them fucking hits in.
No, they're terrible shots.
And they must be like standing 6 feet away from these guys, still missing every fucking shot. Although
Terrible.
I will say fucking Monobrow takes a fucking hell of a chair shot.
Yeah, that chair is well gimmicked. Well done there.
It's a chair shot, and it's when they escape and they go through the door. The door just fucking. The door just disintegrates.
Yeah, just made of paper, just straight through it.
It's paper.
There was
Like,
no point
that is gone.
that day, but the bolt on, no point. They're just getting through it.
Like no, like that door was for show, not for function.
They've got to run away down this really narrow hallway and down probably like 8 flights of stairs. Shoot them as they go in there.
Yeah.
You won't in me.
Yeah, they didn't really think out their plan there. That was like maybe what you should have done was start in a bedroom and hit.
Yeah.
And then I mean,
Get them away from each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Then just one at a time. Well, here we go. Here's a fucking easy shot.
Instead, let them cop a feel and then pull a knife. Yeah, that's it.
It's just the ongoing narrative of the other gangs being fucking useless, really, isn't it?
Basically.
Yeah.
It is that thing where it's like the Warriors are the Warriors are basically, other than the Riffs, are the least incompetent of all the gangs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like, and I don't think that it was actually, I know, an editorial decision to be, but it's just a case of, right, they've all sent their best 9 guys to this meeting, and the Warriors just happen to be the lucky ones who are coming through, and it's all these absolute fuckwits they're encountering. Because the 9 other guys have maybe gone in other directions, and so instead of coming to coming south, they've gone, oh, we'll go right and we'll wait and we'll hold on, or we'll hide out somewhere, at Van Cortlandt Park or whatever.
Aye.
But instead they're coming across like maybe the 9 lasses who were at the meeting are absolutely fucking nails and would have blown them away in 2 seconds. But the ones that were left are like, yeah.
Monobrow, the worst actor in the world. Nah, you're not. Indeed.
Yeah.
It just.
Yeah. Again, we are lucky that the Warriors only have 9 members.
I will say, Monobrow looked hard as fuck. She's there sharpening her knife, and she does look hard as fuck sitting there, and then she just gets up and just that's her chair right in the fucking bus.
Yeah.
Good sell though.
I was a fucking hell of a
So one of the fellas takes a hell of a bump over the back of a sofa or something. That's pretty good.
So yeah,
and of course, the young'un gets his arm sliced up.
Yeah. Apart of like he's cowboy level. He's just there, just fodder.
Yeah.
He's not one of the hard bastards. So for here we get cut back to the Union Square station. At this point, Swan's left fucking Mercy behind, so he's cut through the station with this boy with the roller skates on. He's dungarees and his rugby shirt.
Wired for sound.
Like I said, the least punk fucking gang in this film, and they're called the punks. Incidentally, that boy couldn't, like, he was asked beforehand, could you roller skate? He's like, aye, couldn't. Taught himself, like, went to one
there's so much that went wrong with this film. It's great. Like, so much little things that just, like, it's a bit of off. Cheers.
I assume it's a thing of like, it's a case of he turns up for the cast and it's like, all right, we're going to be in one of the gangs. You're going to be in the film about 65, 70 minutes into it. You're going to be in a gang called the Punks. Can you roller skate? The budget of this movie is like $5 million, $4 million or something. And that guy's going to probably, again, never acted in anything decent ever again. Of course, you're going to go, $4 million budget for this movie. I'm in. My career's made.
Yeah, I'm doing this the roller hockey rink every fucking week.
Aye, phoned his little sister, like, Tracy, right, can you come and show me how to roller skate, please? We need to go. That's a roller disco every day.
That's another thing. This gang gets named as like and we talked about the Warriors. Can the roller skating gang, one boy on skates. None of the other teams have got skates on.
See, when I said that earlier on as well, I was obviously saving that for later because everybody associates it a case of the Punks, they're all on roller skates. No,
one of them on skates.
One fella.
But so memorable that there's a pop vinyl of that one guy.
There is.
All right, okay. I would have liked it better had they all been on roller skates. I'll be honest.
To be fair, so it builds up. Basically, it builds up to this. So Mercy catches up with Swan and says, "Look, his boys are following you." And he's like, "I ken they were following me, and now you fucking let them on to the fact that now I ken they're following me." But then at this point, his pals turn up. He's like, "Look, in the Lavy boys," and then they turn up. It's like,
They have a pretty good scrap.
had they all been on skates, that fight wouldn't have went as well as it did.
As well as
true.
Like we spoke about how, like I spoke about how it's like I feel a little bit uncomfortable with how slutty they made Mercy look, and then suddenly it's like get into the men's toilet, and she's like, no.
Can't go there. It's a men's
like, come on. She's seen the inside of a man's toilet before, surely.
and this vermin that pops out says, "What the fuck?"
It's like, get here.
This is where the real life grittiness of New York is somewhat left behind, because there's no fucking way you're telling me that a men's toilet in an underground station would have looked that nice.
Yeah.
Every cubicle had a door. There was a hand dryer. No.
I mean, there wasn't by the end, though.
Well, no, they made sure of that. But yes, so the state they leave it in is, I guarantee, the state it should have been in.
So get this big fight scene. Apparently, this fight scene took 5 days to film.
Just for 2 seconds. Sorry, you got to remember their thunder as well is that's Union Square Station is basically like right next to Broadway, so it's probably like one of the nicest bits. I mean, I still totally accept what you're saying that there was minimal graffiti.
70s Broadway though. 70s Broadway. It's just porn theaters everywhere.
I didn't count and see how many had like a lavy roll in the cubicle, but some of them did.
None.
So it's like, aye.
No, not even a urinal cake in sight. Good fight though.
Yeah, but I took the 5 days to film, so it fucking should have been a good fight.
Good fight.
I mean, give them their due. The pumps, although they were outnumbered like fucking. I don't know how many there was. I'm assuming there was fucking 8 or 9 of them.
Yeah.
It was like 9 to 6. Was it? So 6 of them left at this point.
Yeah.
7. So still 7 of them at this point.
No, 6 because
6. Sorry, Ajax has gone.
Ajax is arrested.
Yeah.
Fox is dead, and the leader's dead.
So we've got 6 left at this point. So but then you've got Cowboy Tat and hiding again, batting in for the team. And then you get this obviously new vermin stuntman getting thrown in the mirror.
Yes.
The bump at the mirror is great. The bump through the cubicle door is amazing.
Yeah. That's my favourite, because they've put the camera at that's the one and only time they do a fancy camera shot, and it's in the back corner, so you can see this guy coming towards you. That's amazing.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah,
that is good.
Somebody gets Jim Duggan through a cubicle.
And then you get the boy with the
really
skates.
Good bumps in this film. Really good bumps in this film.
My favourite's there's a guy. What I like about this punks gang is that all of them look about 40 years older than everyone else in the movie. So they're obviously there just to take bumps. And
in fact, I think all the punks, or the ones that took the big bumps, they were all like proper stuntmen, because for some reason
they had to be. Yeah,
they weren't allowed to bring in stuntmen for LA or fucking Hollywood or whatever. So the guy
union rules.
There was like him and like 3 pals. So it's like basically every stunt in the film was these 3 guys.
There's one fella, he takes like, because is it Swan's still got a bat, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Somebody's still got a bat.
There's still a bat there, at least one.
There's one guy takes a bat shot and he sells it great, and he's like, and then he just gets shoved right into the wall and he just splatters. That's amazing.
He hits the wall, then he hits the bin on the way there. It's a proper goal oversell, yeah.
Yes.
I didn't make a note of that.
I'm all on board with that fella. He's great.
Yep. So in fact, there it is. Guy in blue shirt, oversell.
Yes. he is my standout of this film. He's a fucking hero.
So we've dispatched the punks. I've noticed, we saw say the roller skates. The guy with the roller skates strikes like a sidekick and gets his foot caught in the door.
Yes.
Through the door. That's why we should never wear roller skates to fight.
Yeah. He learned the difficult way.
So we get
some of our fellas take a proper hide in here as well, though.
Yeah, there is a few of them take a few hits here. Cowboy takes a hit. Rembrandt goes down. I think Snow takes a few fucking hits.
Yeah.
So yeah, we learned that the Warriors aren't invincible. So we get this. Cut back to the scenes where the riffs and they've got this. They're bringing this guy in. It's obviously this. He was the one other guy in that 1,000 folk that saw the boy with the gun. So at this point, the riffs realise it's the Warriors. And then we get the Warriors back on the train, and this is where these like this. I assume it's some fucking 4 kids that have been at a prom or teenagers, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's this scene. This is the one that's anytime the Warriors brought. This is the scene that always gets brought up about. This kind of the difference in the people. Kind of the Warriors are dirty, and this is with that. There's no dialogue in it and whatever. This big proper wanky fucking movie critic thing. So we get this, and then obviously they're looking her up and doing, and she goes to fix her hair, and the Warrior peeps the Swan, knocks her hand down, and is like, nah, then I fix your hair for these cunts. So then we get this is the last train ride home, so eventually we get to Coney Island, and the sun's coming up, so this is like our first glimpse of daylight.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be like the Warriors are safe. Yeah, we get like Swan saying, "Fuck's sake, like we'll get a shite hole. This is what we fought to come back to." And we get them.
Renders the entire film moot at that point.
Yeah, it's like fuck's sake, Swan.
So what have been doing for the past hour and a half?
Yeah. So we get this. So they go off the train, and the Rogues are there in their hearse. Like, how the fuck they've driven this thing all the way from the Bronx to Coney Island and never been stopped with the Bobbies once? It's I didn't get out. Like, no windows in it. It's all spray painted.
There's about 15 of them in it as well.
There's 9 fucking boys in it. Like, not once a Bobbies have thought, should probably pull them cunts here.
Yeah.
So they're in the hearse, and we get this, like, the one scene that pretty much everybody, it's, in fact, if folk having seen the Warriors can probably tell you, is the one where he's got the bottles in his fingers, he's clicked them, the Warriors come into play. Which is someone that the boy, he nabbed, he would improvise that after someone his neighbour used to do to intimidate him.
Okay.
Fair play.
And then the director just told him, look, do someone intimidating. He's like, you see, he fought back this thing as one of his neighbours used to do. So we get them following them down to the beach.
Again, he had a gun. Just shoot him from the fucking car.
I mean, the problem is with that is there's still 6 of them left. Like, obviously you can't leave any of them alive at this point, or he can't. I say, I'm assuming that's. I'm not an expert in guns, but that's like, it looks like a revolver. It's probably 6, maybe 8 shots.
Yeah.
So you got to want to be close to at least make sure you got to kill Abdi.
Yeah.
So it builds up to this face off on the beach. So we've got the Warriors on one side and the Rogues on the other. And Luther, Swan's like, right, come on, we'll just finish this now, and then Luther pulls out his gun, goes to shoot. Swan throws a knife in his hand. Now here's 2 things here. Not one person makes a move for that gun if he drops it.
No.
And the second thing is, there's like 200 riffs coming around the fucking dunes. How the fuck did they see them coming?
You would at the very least, you would write, like, because surely the riffs didn't get the train.
Nah.
So at the very least,
no.
you would hear.
They've filed in vans.
You would hear 15, 20 vans, or no, 15 or 20 200-seater coaches, or some 50-seater coaches, sorry. All fucking coming down like a magical mystery tour. Coming down from Van Cortlandt Park.
Especially,
how the fuck did they get down there?
Aye, like you said, it's like, at this point, it must be like 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, the sun's just coming up. It's like 5, 6 in the morning. Baby's got to hear, like, vans and coaches, whatever they're coming up, pulling up. And then they just Uri dunes. And they're just there. Like, nobody saw this coming.
They are right next to the ocean. It could have been noisy.
It was windy. I mean, you see
Seagulls, you never know.
Luther's hair was going. Luther's hair was going in the wind, to be fair. So
Yeah. So then we get the ref saying, "Oh, Kevin, you're good, the best." But
the best.
The Rogues are there, so they're obviously I get the elbow treatment. Although I will say there's a lot of them with hockey sticks for some reason. It doesn't make any sense. Like the refs are like a hockey can. There was an awful lot of a lot of them with hockey sticks there.
Must be.
Well, I think first New York ice hockey team based.
Not Coney Island.
Madison Square Garden.
If the refs, they're in the Bronx.
It'll be MSG's.
The Rangers are MSG and the Islanders are on Long Island.
So near the Bronx then.
No.
So there's your
minor league. You never know.
There's your next plot hole. So yeah, so we get the Rogues obviously out of shot, getting the ref's elbow treatment, and the Warriors walking off in the beach and Joe Walsh on, and that's scene.
That's how we really isn't that how we all want to go?
It's a fucking great tune, to be fair.
It is so great. The Eagles re-recorded it for one of their albums.
Yeah. Yep. That might have been the only thing from the movie I actually knew was the fucking song.
So we're running out of time, so we'll come back for our final thoughts after we've finished again, and we can finish it up. So I think this is the third part, so it's a bit shorter than usual, depending on how long I'm going to finish.
Summing up to come.
Yes. We'll get into some final thoughts. See what everybody thinks.
Well, yes, it's 20 minutes on Joe Walsh.
So that's enough wimpy talk offline.
We're back in the wimpy franchise.
Just give a game away. Fuck's sake.
Sorry, fuck. Sorry, boy.
Can't do it now. Can't do it.
I just got excited. I'm sorry.
Do not stimulate this man.
Sorry.
Oh. So yeah.
Proper tatties.
and we do breakfast.
And we do breakfast as well. Proper eggs. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean by that, sir? Proper egg.
That's why going back to the film. That's why he was spraying big red W's everywhere. That's why wimpy franchises are going into that.
Wimpy franchises everywhere.
So
go on, Vigo, get back on the rails.
Go on, bring us home, son. Go on.
Go on, try and get us back under control. Come on.
So the Warriors, that was going through the film. That was it. Obviously, you get my thoughts on it, but obviously, I get Martyn likes it. But you guys have just watched it recently for the first time. What were your thoughts on it?
I'll let you go, Thunder. On you go.
It was all right. I liked it. It's it didn't offend me in any way. It's very of its time. It's when I did the little bit of post research and realized, the director thought it was a comic book and it's, and everything's very, here's a set piece, it all made a bit more sense. I liked it, but it's one of them. Do I need to watch it again? Probably not.
Yeah, I think
that kind of category for me.
Yeah, no, like Vigo's raging.
No, I was genuinely interested to hear what you guys thought about it, because I think it'd be one of these films where, unless you've seen it when you were younger, it's not going to have that much impact on you.
I think I genuinely agree with Thunder. I like it a bit more than I think Thunder did. I think knowing about the comic book deal, that does make a little more sense to me. It tracks a bit better. I liked it and I didn't love it. I liked it, but I didn't love it.
That's a good way of putting it, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can understand why it's became a bit of a classic. I also think, like you say, if you don't have an affinity towards it, because there's stuff. I mean, like Martyn, like you said about Ghostbusters not being one of your deals because you don't have that like affinity towards it, and it's like I've got that affinity towards it. And I think with Vago with the Warriors, it's kind of the same deal. It's like if you got that affinity, and like Thunder said a bit, it's very much of its time, but certain films land with you if you catch them at a certain point in your life.
Yeah.
And this has always been I've always known about this film, but I just never got around to it. I think the time has passed for it to be one of my favorites, but I did like it. I didn't love it, but I did like it. But I can understand why people love this film. I do understand the appeal totally.
I'm very aware of seeing it
vibe
for the first time as a 40-year-old man. I think that's that has a bearing.
I know we joke about Ryan having never seen anything and Connor having never seen anything.
Not just
it's the same thing as like Thunder. You come into this now having never seen it, and it is the kind of thing of like I know fine. I don't want Ryan to watch this, and I don't want Connor to watch this because they will think they will genuinely think this film is an absolute load of shit.
Yeah,
and then I'll fight with them. And I really will. I'll fight because it's like nothing happens. They just walk. They go somewhere and like or some shit gangs on roller skates, and I'll gently fight with them.
I think it's a great premise for a story.
Yeah,
I really do like that aspect of it. It's just like right, we're here for something. Shit goes down. We've got to get fucking home. That's good.
I've said this to Mark before. This is right for a fucking reboot, like Netflix 10-part series. It's right for it.
Genuinely, give me like 6 seasons of this.
Yeah, this
was
when Martyn was talking earlier about the rewatchables and that. Yeah, when they went through it. Sadly, it's not a modern rewatchables podcast where they've got like 19 different categories and they break it all down. It was an older one, whatever. But they talked about, make this like a 10-part series. In every episode, they are fighting through a different gang to get home. That'd be pretty cool.
It's like not just that, but just you're getting the opportunity to flesh out these characters because I want to know these characters more. I want to know more about them, and I want to know about their backstory, and I want to identify with them a wee bit because, like I said, I mean, there's no heroes in this film. I think that might put people off. I don't think it's that you have to have that, but I think some people are very have very definitive parameters of what a film should be, and I think this kind of flies in the face of a lot of that. And what Martyn said about like a new generation watching this, he's nailed it because there's lots of films that I love that generations now think is boring, and that fucking annoys me. But I also recognize like they've now grown up in this generation where everything is fucking loud and
action.
And as I said about this film, reminds me of Escape from New York. Although I'm a bigger fan of Carpenter than I am Walter Hill, I just John Carpenter stuff generally appeals to me more. But it's the same aesthetic of it's moody, it's gritty. You say nothing happens, which is bullshit. There is stuff happening, but just compared to what people get now, people will think there's fuck all happening. But I think those two films are very, very, very similar in mood and kind of like the pacing of it. I liked it. It's not one of my favorites, but I can understand why people love this film. I get the appeal, but it's just I didn't grow up around it. I don't have that affinity towards it, but it's good stuff. I enjoyed it. I mean, I've watched it twice.
It's a weird thing, like you say that there. It is a weird thing where like a lot of the kind of classic movies that we would talk about from like 70s and 80s, and probably like when you and Bill are doing the horror podcast, it's like you'll pick up stuff that's like something that's a neat 90 minutes, and with modern eyes, people would watch it and go, "That's fucking boring," but then would think nothing of sitting through the Snyder cut of fucking Marvel, whatever it was, that's 5 hours ago.
Squad.
That film's like a tin of fucking beans. There's so much crammed into it. But it's like there's so much plot and everything. It's where it's like, well, this is 90 minutes, and they took stuff out to make it a neat 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, and
I mean, I
he's
would
put all this
maybe-
lore into it, like these gangs. He's put like these lore into these gangs that you never see in the you see them at a meeting and you never see them again. Like it's ripe for doing something else with. Like you could have said, well,
God, yeah.
like they speak about everything this day a universe now. This could have been the same universe fucking 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think
not-
the journey, like the journey, like the whole thing of the journey coming down. They can do like like you used to see in like the Walking Dead, for example, because that's kind of a movie where a series where they go somewhere, but it never really ended.
Essentially,
where they were just traveling
it's the same
from place
thing.
to place.
Yeah, I fight some
like,
zombies here. Oh no, we're never over here. I'm fighting zombies over here now.
I fight some zombies, then I meet a new gang of people. Oh wait, the leader's evil. Fuck, we need to leave. Fight some zombies. Meet a new gang of people.
Rinse, repeat. Yeah.
And this is the thing where they could have done that, where it's a case of like, but then they could have scenes where you go, all right, we'll find out a little bit about Ajax's background.
Yeah.
We'll find out a little bit about Mercy. Why was Mercy the way she was? How did Mercy end up with the orphans? That sort of thing where you can donate, you can devote 10 minutes to that, and then be like, right, okay, now we're together, and and it's okay. It would be I would happily like to say 10 episodes, an hour.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, give me 10 hours of it, and I'm there.
There was a PlayStation 2 game came out. I reckon would have been like fucking late 90s, maybe early 2000s, something like that. But it followed like the structure of the film. Like, but before there was a part of the game before that it followed like how the Warriors came to be and how they got to where they started to where like the film started.
Right.
And there was enough stuff there they could easily have made fucking another film with like a prologue of the Warriors, like how they got to where they were.
Do we know if that stuff's in the book or in the source material? Or
that was just somebody whoever, I can't remember who wasn't made the game, but whoever made the game, I think they were just given free reign and like, look, here's the guys, you do what you want with it.
Yeah.
The game's really good.
It is.
In the way that the game, like, I genuinely like treat the game as an accompaniment to the film in the way that I would treat GoldenEye as an accompaniment to the Bond film, because it's that good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it generally is. I mean, GoldenEye probably is a better game because it's just it's got the multiplayer and all that stuff. But the PS2 game was so good.
Yeah.
That it is like it and despite the fact that it came out like obviously GoldenEye, the GoldenEye game came out 18 months after the movie.
Yeah.
Because they took ages to make it. Obviously the fucking PS2 game came out 25 years after the movie because somebody thought that'd be a really good idea for a game. Sorry, it is brilliant, but it works so well with it as well because it's got enough bits in it. You got like there's missions where you play as Ajax or you play as all the different characters, and it's like this is good.
Yeah.
So there's like side missions and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And I think if you were to remake it or reboot it, whatever you want to call it, you would have to make it set back in the 70s or 80s anyway. Like any later than that, you've got like if you set it now, like I've just got mobile phones and there's cameras and whatever. It's like they would just pick up the mobile phone, like literally, like we spoke about. They could just say, "Look, come pick us up."
Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, no, you'd have to.
It would have to be of that time.
Even just making it timeless, like they're not making it of any definitive time period, but they couldn't make it like absolutely present day because the whole thing would be fucked. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
it needs to have that New York setting.
Yeah, you couldn't have sent it anywhere else.
Yeah, it needs to have that. It needs to have that like grimy New York as well.
Yeah.
So it needs to be pre-80s, otherwise everything's cleaned up.
Because I love that setting, like, because I've never been. I'm desperate to go to New York and partly go to New York and do some of the sightseeing from this this movie, because I'm desperate to go to Coney Island. But for me, it is like one of the best films that you, if not the best, that uses New York as a backdrop. Because I just think it's so good.
Well, no, like we all know what number one is, Vigo, but that could be like another podcast one day.
Escape from New York, yeah.
No, Ghostbusters is the fucking best use in New York.
Was that set in New York?
Right. Like in a world where everything gets remade and some shit just needs to be left alone.
Yeah.
This has got enough that we can actually
Yeah.
justify that it should be done.
Yeah.
Just to
Like,
flesh it out.
There has been rumours of folk. I think the guys who did the Matrix. I think.
Yeah.
Their brothers. There was rumours of them like 10 years ago remaking this, and there was someone come up. I think it was end of last year. The guy who did the fucking musical thing, the Washington, he's fucking getting American president thing.
Hamilton.
Hamilton. Aye, the guy who did that. He was trying to make some fucking like. I'm assuming it was going to end up like some fucking West End story kind of fucking shit. I assume.
Yeah.
But there was rumours of them making it some sort of music. How the fuck they would do that, I don't know. Like, short of making it like some West End musical thing, I don't know how they could make it work as a musical.
The start of the Warriors, the start of the film, all the gangs coming out and going towards this meeting. It is West Side Story without the music.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take music for the mimes and they're all there with their fucking top hats and their canes, getting ready for.
Doing the,
That's the show too. Yeah.
they just need some of them walking down the street like that, you know.
Like you're saying that it reminds you about Escape from New York and stuff, and it totally does. Something like this film to me felt a lot like a music video in a lot of places because it is just a lot of running and soundtrack and not a lot of dialogue. And to me, that reminded me of Highlander.
Oh yeah,
a lot of it, yeah.
To me, that movie it's an excuse to fucking play Queen songs. Highlander is a music video with a story. That I got that vibe from watching this.
That's another thing. The soundtrack of this is fucking banging. Like, and there's not really, apart from Joe Walsh, there's not really any big names on it. Like the guy did.
I'm gonna go and listen to it now. I will.
There was one guy who did most of the synth stuff, but apart from that, there's like maybe 2 or 3 other songs on it.
Yeah, the synth is very, again, that he's speaking about it being of his time. Like a lot of the music is almost a time capsule with this one.
Yeah,
I do like a lot of synth.
Other than Joe Walsh and obviously nowhere to run.
Yeah,
it's all just basically the soundtrack stuff.
Yeah.
There's the Havana song where they one of the shop stalls. With a guy that likes to try to get the pay for the fucking chocolate, and he's like, "What?" And then there's the song that plays when they're at Lizzie's place. But apart from that, and Joe Walsh and whatever on it, it's pretty much ads and stuff.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Which is fine. We're on board.
I mean, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
I will say that this is going over it with you guys like this has been a lot of fun though. It's because it wouldn't have been a film I'd have watched, and I might not have come away from it thinking it's in me top 20 or whatever. But doing it like this has been a lot of fun, and I've liked it.
Yeah. Whether it's been entertaining for anybody else watching it is fucking.
Oh well, we don't fucking care about them. It's fine.
if nothing else, all we can recommend is you watch it, you listen to the soundtrack. And okay, you're going to go out and get a PS2 and get the game, so get an emulator. Which most young folk have got emulators and all on their whatever, their gimmicks, and get the Warriors and play it because it's like it's well worth. It's all 3 are well worth your time.
Yeah.
I thought this is one I debated getting a ringer in for because I think Dino's a big fan of this.
Okay.
That tracks. Yeah.
But then I thought with Ajax and his controversial comments, I thought maybe they might idea.
No.
Whoops.
I would definitely back up what Martyn said there. I would recommend people check it out. I mean, but people of a certain age will probably appreciate it more than others.
Yeah,
because it's very much like it came out 79,
79,
didn't it?
79.
Yeah, so it's like that kind of aesthetic, that kind of movie making back then. They were working with what they were working with, and they were. I mean, like people made shit up on the fly when they made films back then because they fucking had to. They couldn't rely on what we have now. So if you got like an appreciation for that, then you'll probably get more out of it.
Like we said, obviously, Fox. Fox gets wiped out. Fox gets just killed out of nowhere because he fell out with Walter Hill. There's things that happened, like we said about the rain. It's like it was pushing down one day, and they went, "Fuck, we need to get some fire trucks." All that stuff that wouldn't have happened now because everything now is like is storyboarded to hell, and it's like right. Well, we need this. It's raining. Fine, okay. We need to go away for 3 days for it to dry out.
Or they're not even on location; they're just in front of a fucking screen.
Yeah.
That was the thing. All this film was filmed in location. Apart from that, the one scene in the bathroom of the punks, the fight scene, that was the only thing that was filmed like on a sound stage or whatever you fucking call it. Every other fucking scene was filmed like in New York.
Because that's how you did things. Because that's what you knew.
Yeah,
that's just what it was. And things are much easier now. But a lot of the heart and soul. It sounds like we're dinosaurs. And
we are.
It was better back then. It's easier now, and that's fucking good. But it also means that like films nowadays are not gonna endure like something like this will, and they don't.
Yeah.
Like most films these days will not be like this. Film's 45 years old, and we're sitting talking about it.
It's like
a lot of films now. You're not going to know fucking 45 days after you watch it. Let alone
nowadays, you're going to get the IP is the big thing, and the franchise is the big thing, not the actual. This is just a standalone film.
Yeah.
Relatively smaller film from 45 years ago, which has survived as a pop culture thing.
Yeah.
Like,
that's pretty cool.
I like a Marvel film. I like to watch them, but I think there's been one Marvel film I've watched more than once. I've gone back to again and watched again.
Mm-hmm. Guardians of the Galaxy I've went back to.
I did possibly, but yeah, it's named like, and I like them. It's I like horror film.
I actually really like those particularly.
But there's
but you're right.
I've gone back. I thought again, this is one of my top 5 films now. I'm going to watch it multiple times now. Watch it once and that's it. It's done.
I agree. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, like all they're good and they're well made and I enjoy them, but they don't stick with me. Like I don't have an attachment towards them.
And it might be because
most of the films. There you go.
I said it might be just because, like I say, it's one of these things where you get attachments to when you're younger when you watch things. And it might be that there's guys that are probably my age when I saw the Warriors watching Marvel films now, and that'll be the ones they hang on to for the next fucking 30 years.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's how it works, though. Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I mean, you're wrong, but
most of my favorite films are 30 years old, at least.
I get that because, like, I mean, you look at this, and you know. It took what 15, 20 years for them. It made money, but it took them 15, 20 years to properly capitalize on it, and it became like if this was made now, and if like say they announce tomorrow this is getting remade, how much action figures, how much pop vinyl, how much this is going to be that movie, particularly like the 10-part Netflix series of it, the 60 hours of whatever they want to do, is ripe for just like, right, okay, we'll have the pop vinyls of all the punks, of all the Turnbull-ACs, of all the Gramercy riffs. We'll have Ajax with his jacket, without his jacket, with the baseball bat, handcuffed to a bigger one, handcuffed to a bench. And it's like, in many ways, I think that like it's probably better that it came from a time where you didn't just go, let's just merchandise the fuck out of this. And I know fine this came out like 2 years after Star Wars came out, so things were being merchandised to fuck already.
Yeah.
But this this is such an adult movie, people didn't go. People will buy action figures of this when they probably would have.
So
here's just like.
Here's what we're doing if we ever win the lottery. First, we're franchising a Wimpy, and then secondly, we're investing all our money in the Warriors.
You're investing all the money in, and I'm going to make fucking. There's going to be like 100 different pop vinyls.
Whenever you come to a show in the future, Martyn will be wearing his Warriors vest proudly, with maybe some of the necklaces or the turban things going on that the other characters.
Yeah, I'll be Cleon. Halloween hijinks this year. We're going to have Vago teaming with Dino, so Dino's going to be Ajax.
I am waiting.
As long as I'm not a cowboy, I don't care. I don't
I
want to be a
am
cowboy.
I am waiting for a Vago Warriors tribute for a show one day. I know that's going to happen.
Halloween is Baseball Furies.
You joke, but I've had a t-shirt idea in mind for years about this.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know you're not fucking joking.
I'd think less
you're
of
not
you
joking.
if you hadn't.
I know you're very serious.
In fact, it's not even just one. There's a couple. But yeah, so that's been the Warriors. It's fucking great. Go watch it. Or not.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Go watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This film is from a period where directors made films that they wanted to make.
Yeah.
Not because they were told to. And that's the difference.
Also,
it's a difference there.
A side thing, they tried to get Tony Danza and Robert De Niro for this film.
Wow.
Guess who they tried De Niro? Guess who they tapped him up for? Which part? Nah. Cowboy.
No.
Aye, the one that keeps getting his head kicked in.
Aye. So
Okay.
I'm assuming they might have had a bigger part if De Niro had got it, but yeah.
Wow.
And they tried to get Tony Danza for Swan, but they went and did Taxi.
Right, okay.
Well, there's a choice.
Yeah. So yeah, it could have been bigger. Or it could have been worse, depending on which way you want to go.
Robert De Niro in The Warriors.
Yeah. Just getting the shit kicked at him for 90 minutes.
Just getting fucking hammered.
I don't want to see that. No.
It's like just De Niro going, you looking at me, I think you fucking get a deal with
it. De Niro in between Taxi Driver and Raging Bull just shows up in this to get his fucking ass kicked. No.
It's probably Lawrence Gordon probably gave him a phone call and went, look, Bob, come on. I'm fucking Lawrence Gordon.
Yeah.
You need to be in this.
Yeah. Have you seen where they got, nah, you're all right.
Just wait till next year. Marty's got another project for you.
When we win that lottery, and we remake it, we'll get De Niro in for the remake.
Cameo.
Aye, whatever.
Oh no, I'm having De Niro do Wimpy commercials. Fucking.
And what we'll do is we'll when we do the remake though, we'll still deliberately cast a terrible actor as the leader of the Lizzies.
Yes.
We'll get like some, I don't know, fucking like Emily Attack or something like that. You know, somebody really shit. Like just nobody remotely good, just a really bad actor.
No, like don't even hire actors, just hire anyone, just a random person.
Just somebody off the street. Go and read this for us, would you?
Just for the authentic Warriors experience, just got to be shit.
So that's
on that bombshell.
Yeah, that's been the Warriors. That's another fucking tick on the self-vanity project there.
Well done.
Well done,
everyone.
Yeah.
No, that's been a lot of fun, guys. Thank you.
So if this hasn't killed the podcast, we might be back with somebody else.
Yeah. If you're watching and listening to this and you enjoyed it, suggest something we can do next.
Yeah. Someone should.
Because if you don't suggest something, then you know what's going to come in next. Probably Metallica. So there you go.
Yeah, that is what's up next.
Spoiler. It's probably going to be Metallica.
Yeah. Spoiler, we're doing Metallica. We're doing Metallica next.
Because if you let me pick a film, we will do Police Academy.
Oh!
Yeah, the first team though. Like 16th.
No, the seventh one that they don't even admit.
In fairness, that'll tie in well because there is a little bit of homophobia in the first one, isn't there? So
it was that time.
Yeah.
They call Mahoney something offensive that I'm not willing to repeat.
Yeah.
Lest it get clipped and put in the alleged group chat.
No, right. Tell you what,
I am not saying those words on a recording.
Because it'll tie into this one. We'll do Police Academy 2 because that's the one with Zed and his gang and all the graffiti everywhere, and it just makes sense, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. We've got Metallica coming up and Police Academy 2.
There we go.
That's on the calendar.
Come see Russ.
And if you thought the Iron Maiden episode had some hot takes, just wait to the Metallica one.
Oh, like I was gonna say this to Joe's off air, but I was listening to Metallica albums. Like the morning, I was pissed off because Kiss only announced Wembley. That was the day I got to reload in St Anger.
Yeah.
That's why I was fucking raging by the time I got to train on Monday.
That's a day spent in a yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
just fuck me royally off.
We can get into that in more detail later on.
Yes.
If all else
should-
fails,
we
I
will.
had a discussion earlier on today with certain parties who shall remain nameless at this time about carry-on films. So we've always got a fallback.
If we can't do a carry-on film, we could do Up Pompeii. At least me and Thunder will enjoy that.
Of course we can. Or are you being served? Any of them. It's fine.
So,
Don't give it away. We're giving away all the episodes here. But well, no, let's keep some a secret.
So unless you guys suggest things for us, this is going to be the side Mel Chad vanity project.
We're going to get an episode by episode watch back of a low.
We better fucking in. I'm so in. We better hold off on doing the Police Academy one though, because I don't want to get heat with the two boys at the Comic Con.
Yeah, good point.
I was like, I don't want my smart mouth to actually get me into like real world trouble.
Wait, were they in the second one? I can't remember.
I think they were. Yeah. Proctor was in the second one. Yeah.
Proctor was. Yeah, right.
Proctor was. So like I say, I don't want my smart ass talk to get me into trouble with an actual adult.
I doubt very much that they'll be listening to us. I'd be very surprised if they're listening to us.
No, there are many fine podcasts out there.
Proctor's a massive fan of Warriors.
Many.
What happened at a Comic Con? Martyn was mouthing off and he got bumped by Proctor.
So
well done.
I don't know if this will be in time, but if you haven't get tickets for Peter Head, if not, that'll be before the Rumble. So I think there's half tickets left for the Rumble, so get tickets for the Rumble.
Yeah.
We're over half sold now. So
there's a rest.
Come to Comic Con and see Martyn get chinned by Canadian actors from the 80s.
By people from Police Academy.
And if we won the lottery by then and we vote that Wimpy, come to our Wimpy.
Yeah.
So please come to our Wimpy.
Please, God, please.
So that's us. So yeah, come to Wimpy.